make a beat and get into it. This is number 408. I take samples, chop up the samples, provide them for those who support me on patreon.com/Verysickbeats. I will leave a link down below if you are interested in supporting. Please feel free to check it out. Let's go. I'm digging this sample. We're gonna have some fun with this one. Notice I'm chopping every note. That way I have more control. If you're not too shy, shout out where you're from. Okay. Alright, let's come up with a drum pattern from Filt Loops, Volume 4. I've been doing this technique for a little minute now where I will finger drum using two different controllers. Hi-hats on one, right? Kick and snare on another. So right now I'm doing the kick and snare on my SP404SX. Not SX, MK2, sorry. So the SP is carrying the kick and snare, and then hi-hats is carrying on my keyboard. And the reason I'm doing that is because I like the velocity sensitivity on my keyboard. I'll have full velocity for the SP. Hi-hats with my right hand, kick and snare with my left hand. That's how I do that. Could add a shaker to that. And very sick bass. I'm hearing the organ on this, so I'm gonna pull up this organ, and I'm in Logic, obviously. Let's just use this stock plug-in. This is called Vintage B3 Modern Flute Organ. I love this sound, man. This is dope. Modern flute organ. Notice I'm using the Leslie switch too. Guys, use your stock plugins, man. If you're not, go through them. We always buy, and I'm a victim. I do it too. We try these plugins, we buy them, and then we don't use them. I say go through all your stock plugins. Do not forsake your stock plugins. Just go through them. I promise you, you're going to discover some stuff that you will sleep on. I'm going to give you an example, man. Just the effects on this thing. I forgot it. This has this classic wah-wah one here, right? So, and I could incorporate that to this. Let me see what this sounds like. See, I could use that. But what I want to do is connect that to my controller so I can not use my mouse. You know, I just want to use everything on my controller, my keyboard. So right now on my keyboard, I just have the tremolo going, which is the, you know, the rotary speaker, the tremolo. See that? So what I want to do is map out. I want to map this out on my keyboard. So I'm going to use one of the switches on my keyboard to change this. We'll go to Logic Pro, Preferences, Learn While Range. Now, before I do that, I want to make sure. Okay, so I have Control Level 1 on my keyboard. This is an older keyboard. See, this has two faders on the left side, and this is a Roland XP80 for those who know about that. This came out in the 90s. This one is controlling the Leslie switch, but I want to use this for my wah-wah. So let's do that. Make sure you touch the wah-wah level switch or the knob switch so you can activate control surfaces, learn assignment for wah range. So now I'm going to go to my keyboard. Just by touching it, now it's receiving that information. So hit learn mode, and that should work. See that? So now I can play my keyboard without using the mouse to do this. So that's a wah, and my other fader is going to be for the Leslie switch. So I can use both of them. And I could map the rest of these out, you know, if I had more switches. I only have 2. I mean, actually I have 4 more, but I'm not going to use them. So yeah, that's how you can do that. Alright, it almost sounds like I'm using the drawbars. That's crazy without even touching these. That's a nice technique, man. Alright, cool. Let's record that. See what happens. Alright, here we go. I want to add some variation to this, man. I got a question the other day. How do you add variation to your beats? Let's talk about 3 ways. 3 ways you can add variation to your beats. So let me just play this real quick so you can get an idea, because right now it's kind of boring. You got the sample, you got the drums, bass line, and an organ. Right? Alright, cool. So the first way is mess with the sample. So as you can see, this is repeated several times. And with the sample, what I like to do is simply put a filter on it and automate it. And there's different ways you can do it. For me, I like to use remix effects. So this would be method 1. So I would do something like this. Right? And that could be during the verse or the hook or whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first method. Simple. And you can adjust it, you know. I'm going to use touch down on the left, and then as I play, it's going to use automation. This is how you automate. Here we go. One, two, ready, and see how it's filtered out? I could do even more if I wanted to. And bring it back in. Alright, so that's one way. Now, second way, instead of using a filter, you could use some type of wobble effect. And I'm going to use remix effects once again. I'm going to use this wobble right here. It's kind of like a auto filter type of thing. That sounds like this. And you have different rhythms depending on where you put your mouse on the grid. If you don't have remix effects, whatever type of effects that you have that has a wobble type of sound. All right, here we go. Same thing, go back to touch, play, and here we go. Third way is very simple. You could just throw reverse on there, you know, on a part of the sample. So let's split this right here. All right. And what you can do is just take this section and reverse it. And let's see what that sounds like. So I'll go over to my left, hit reverse, and see what that sounds like. And then back. All right. So that's another way. 1, 2, reverse right here. See that? So there you go, man. That's 3 simple ways, and there's more. That's just 3 easy ones. All right, so let's review. We have the filter way. All right, here we go, filter way. Right? Next way is the wobble way. That's the wobble way. I took it out. And the third way is going to be reverse. And there you go. So that's a simple way to add variation to your beats, man. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like videos like this, I will leave a playlist and you can watch this over here. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm sending peace and positive energy. Yeah.